formation is not anymore identified only with the years spent in the seminary. There has been a tendency, which unfortunately persists until now, to think of formation as confined to seminary training. This has created the mistaken notion that ordination marks the finish line of formation. Once ordained a minister, does not need formation anymore. I was ordained because I was already formed, they say. So ordination means no more study, no more reading, no more prayer, no more spiritual direction, no more guidance, no more simple lifestyle, no more discipline. These are for seminarians only. I am already ordained, they say. My question is, how can we lead the ordained ministers who think they do not need formation anymore to a healthy acceptance of the need for formation because they are ordained? Because they are ordained. Because we are ordained to the service of God and the church, we need to be continuously formed. I believe this humility will help ordained ministers recover new energy and avoid a false sense of superiority and entitlement. The church will also receive the quality service that it deserves. St. Paul's words to the presbyters of Ephesus remain true, and I quote, "Keep watch over yourselves and over the whole flock, of which the Holy Spirit has appointed you overseers, in which you tend the church of God that He acquired with His own blood. I know that after my departure, savage wolves will come among you, and they will not spare the flock. And from your own group, men will come forward, perverting the truth." End of quote. Acts of the Apostles, chapter 20, 28 to 30. My dear friends, in order not to become wolves, pastors must keep watch over themselves, or must take care of themselves and their faith. This is ongoing formation. And St. Paul already mentioned it, not to seminarians, but to presbyters.